Hello, comrades. Today I will be speaking on why tribalism is dangerous in our society and what can we do in order to mitigate it or curtail its presence in any way, in any part of our society. Firstly, what is tribalism? Tribalism is the condition of being tribal or feeling of identity and loyalty to one's tribe. It is that feeling of supporting our very own, even though we feel they might not be competent, qualified for a certain position, a public position. But we heavily push those people because they are our kinsmen, or we are from the same community, or we share the same tribe, and to get such a public job without thinking about the catastrophe as such decision would lead our community, our nation, and perhaps our constituent. Comrades, permit me to introduce to you two nations whose tribalism has negatively or positively affected the people. I'll first go with the country who negatively used tribalism to its detriment in its people. In 1994, a country called Rwanda in Africa had a president who was from the Tutsis tribe. The Tutsi were a minority in the country. However, they are educated people, so most of the government positions were occupied by the Tutsi. That included the president of the country as of then. The Husi are the majority tribe, but those people were more involved into rearing cattle and farming. Most of the jobs were farming and rearing cattle. It has nothing to do with too many politics or the government job. Unfortunately, the president, while traveling from an international trip overseas, he died in a plane crash after a brief overseas trip. The journalist, who also from the same tribe of the president, announced on air that the president had been killed by a Hutsi man who was the pilot. That pronouncement from the Tutsi journalist agitated and promoted violence against one another in the country. Statistically, there were over 800,000 dead, thus making it the world's most or worst genocide in world's history, to the extent that two friends who normally do things together, work together, though they are from different tribes, the Tutsi and the Hutsi. The moment the Tutsi and the Hutsi was fighting, both friends fought and killed themselves. Now, let us look at the positive side of tribalism, still in Africa, but different country. The then Tanganyika, now called Tanzania, elected a high school teacher, a humble man who understands and knows his people. He knew that tribal conflict would occur should he not address this issue. Guess what he did? Julius Walimwe Nyerere, the president, persuaded all the chiefs, the local governments, and the local leaders to allow the central government have those functions given to the state, which is Tanzania. In 1962, Julius Walimwe Nyerere put those 120 tribes together by speaking one language called Swahili, and he instilled in them love, peace, unity. That when you go to Tanzania, as if everyone in Tanzania were from the same tribe. What a man, what a leader, and what a father to a nation. Colleague, I hold the view that tribalism can either be in a positive way or negative, depending on how we perceive it. However, it is good to strive for peace and unity even in the midst of tribalism. We can use tribalism in a positive way, just like Julius Nyerere did to his people.